So you may recall that earlier I had mentioned that there was a problem where this note, this tenuto note, was dropping out. Let's listen to it again. So that's obviously not good. It's a very important part of the music, and if it drops away like that, everyone's going to think, what happened? Let's look at it in the piano roll on the Studio One side. So what's happening here, and this is an oddity with Spitfire instruments and some other instruments as well, is that these two notes are overlapping. And they're doing that because they're under a slur, and that's what my rule set, if you recall, tells them to do. Normally that's great. You want legato notes to overlap slightly with the next note. It makes it sound more realistic. But in this case, it's not working because the next note is the same note. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that back in the DAW, and we'll give that a listen. That's better, much better. But now I need to get it into Studio One because I want these files to be perfectly synced. And later on, I might want to come back to this Notion file and reuse it and start again, maybe with different instruments or whatever it might be. I want it to reflect exactly what's in the piano roll in the DAW. So what I can do is I can go to Studio One Song and send the information back to Notion. I can send the note data of the entire song. I can send the note data just of selected tracks, which is what I'm going to do here, or I can send an audio mixdown. I'm going to leave it set to send note data of selected tracks, and once again I'm going to make sure that this merge into open document is selected. I'm going to send that to Notion. It does its thing. And then you'll notice that it changes the Notion file. It's added the velocity information that wasn't there before, that is in there based on the rule set. But furthermore, it's changed the note length of that note. Also removed the tenuto mark, which wasn't very polite, but I can always add that again. So speaking of that tenuto mark, I want to enhance that. I want this note to be a little bit longer, and these notes to be a little shorter. So I can make those adjustments. I can simply move the notes in my DAW. Give it a listen. Sounds pretty good to me. Might want to adjust it a little bit more. It's more really what I want is I want it to be more of a reflection of the beginning. So let's try that. That's getting a little bit closer to what I want. Yeah, I think that's doing it. So you can see the subtlety that you can get into in creating phrasing and in manipulating these notes back and forth. Well, by the way, now that I've got it done, I should send it back to Notion to make sure it's locked in over on the Notion side. There, it's done it. It's actually modified the notation to reflect the piano roll. So that's really the end of this presentation. There's all kinds of additional sophisticated audio engineering techniques, obviously, that are now available to you to manipulate your sound within the Studio One environment. You can add reverb, you can add a multitude of effects, you can add equalization. All kinds of things are available to you, which might not have been available to you in the Notion forum itself. But this means of getting the basic notation out of Notion and into Studio One for manipulation, I found to be a real game changer and a great opportunity to expand the musical capabilities of both programs. All right, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this, and best of luck with your music making. Thanks for listening.